Hello and welcome to GameBabble. I'm your host, Gel. Samba de Amigo is an absolute classic of rhythm games. Dancing around like crazy with maracas, it was a fucking blast. And if you think about it, an early form of motion control. So it seems like a no-brainer to release it on the Nintendo Wii. I was excited to see it on the console and couldn't wait to play it. And let me tell you, everything looked great at the beginning. It opens with a crazy, bombastic, super colorful intro sequence that perfectly captures the feel of Samba de Amigo. And from there, you go into the main menu, which sees a ton of new features. This isn't just some crappy piece of shovelware shit. They put real time and effort into this. They added new stages, and they completely overhauled the graphics, and there's a ton of new modes, and they even had the foresight to allow us to use two Wiimotes instead of just a Wiimote and nunchuck. This thing looked like it'd be fantastic, and there was tons of new music. Unfortunately, something went wrong. Want to take a wild guess? Yep, that's right, the controls. Since the Wii has no real good way to detect position, they did it all with tilt. Now, they made some bad choices as to which tilts you even use. Technically, it should be up for middle, not forward for middle, but that's beside the point. Even getting the Wiimote to move from one spot to another can be a pain, and then, of course, it's using the same sensor to detect the tilt and the shake, so there's a huge delay in your shakes. It's a mess. Thankfully, the developers noticed this and actually went ahead to accommodate this. They increased the detection zone for each of the shakes. They made it so that way the scoring was more forgiving. Heck, they even added in extra lower difficulty levels. The Dreamcast normal mode is now considered hard mode, and they made a brand new, easier difficulty level to be the normal mode, and an even easier one below that. And if you play it like that on the new normal mode with watered down controls, it does function, but good lord, you call this Samba de Amigo? That's not even the worst of it. Actually, wait, no, that is the worst of it. But still, there's more that sucks about it. Like the fact that for many of the returning songs, they have completely new covers of them. Why? They were covers in the first place, and the original covers were better. More than that, there's next to no Sega music here. That might seem like an odd complaint to anyone who's not familiar with the series, but half the fucking soundtrack of Samba de Amigo was classic Sega tunes. So for there to be absolutely no Sega tunes, that's a little shocking. You've probably noticed that there's not a lot of footage I captured of this, but I'll be blunt, I love Samba de Amigo, so playing this caused me, like, physical pain, okay? I mean, I did 2 songs to record for this, and I was plunged into a deep depression for the whole day. If I did like 5 songs, I'd probably have committed suicide by now. This is like my personal vision of hell. Okay, bit of an overreaction there, but still, man. I'll be honest though, it does function if you're playing it on normal mode and have no prior experience. But folks, if you're a fan of Samba de Amigo, avoid this like the plague. And if you're looking to experience Samba de Amigo without having to pay for the Samba maracas, do yourself a favor. Go out, buy an iToy, and buy either Sega Superstars or iToy Groove. Both of these provide a much better Samba de Amigo experience, minus maracas, than Samba de Amigo on Wii does. I'll be nice and I'll give it a 2 out of 5. Because I guess someone might enjoy this, and again, it does function after all the watering down they did, but Samba de Amigo, it fucking ain't. So, seems like the Wii just isn't capable of doing motion-controlled rhythm games. Not with its current controller, I mean, not without the Motion Plus, right? Well, believe it or not, I was proven wrong on that. And the very following week after Samba de Amigo Wii's release. By what? You're not even gonna fucking believe this, but Wii Cheer. I am not kidding. Now, one look at this cover art is enough to send most hardcore gamers into a blind rage, going on endless spiels about how casuals are ruining the industry. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's pink and purple and girly and has cut-rate Bratz knockoffs. Not to mention, you know, it's a cheerleading game on the Wii. But if you actually go in with an open mind and look at a gameplay video, it actually looks pretty good. It's bright and colorful, and if the gameplay works the way I think it does and the controls function, this could actually be kind of fun. Reminds me a little bit of Elite Beat Agents, fitting considering its origin. Well, believe it or not, the controls do work. How does it work? Well, okay, if you haven't figured it out by now, it's played with 2 Wiimotes. You can play with one if you want, but it's best played with 2. One in each hand. The red arrow represents your right hand, the blue arrow represents your left hand. As arrows appear on screen and are traced by the stars, you do the appropriate motions, which syncs up with the cheer the cheerleaders are doing in the background. In the end, you're essentially mimicking the cheerleaders' cheers with your own hands, using the Wiimote as your pom-poms. It works shockingly well, and it's a surprisingly well-made product. The championship mode has you going through different stages, unlocking new cheerleaders and songs, and you can actually play it single-player or 2-player co-op with each player controlling one hand. Weird, I know, but it is there. One thing I really like about the championship mode is that you only have to clear one song in each stage, and you have a selection of songs. So you're never forced to play a song you really don't like, and even then, you can pick the lesser of 2 evils. Once you've cleared one song in a stage, that stage is considered cleared. And once a stage is cleared, all songs from all other cleared stages become available. In short, once you beat Wii Cheer, Championship Mode essentially becomes Free Play Mode, which I thought was pretty nice. Also, when you beat a song, you unlock its Hard Mode variant. When you play in Hard Mode, the stages actually switch to a nighttime theme and some of the background details change. One of my favorites being the baseball balloons in the baseball stage actually change into Pac-Man balloons. Something I just really liked. And was rather unexpected, you have to admit. As for the music itself, you have a choice of 30 different songs, and believe it or not, it's not all Disney artists. Instead, they chose a nice, pleasant mix of modern pop rock, cheerleading classics, and nice dance tunes. In the end, it's actually a pretty competent soundtrack, all things considered. Other modes include a cheer-off mode, where you can either play 2-player each with 2 Wiimotes, or 4-player each with 1 Wiimote. I don't think anyone has the room to play it 4-player, but just in case you happen to have a theater or a gymnasium in your house, it's nice that they included the option. There's also a workout mode wherein you do a randomly generated aerobics workout routine, and amusingly they actually attached a storyline to this with some fat guy asking you to help him get in shape, and as you work out, you watch him slowly become anorexic. I find this hilarious. And then there's also the character customization. Squad Makeover Mode lets you pick from all the cheerleaders you've unlocked who you want to be your main 5 cheerleaders, and you can also alter their skin tone and hair color, and the actual dressing room lets you customize their outfits. You start with a surprisingly large array of costume pieces, and you unlock more as you do just about anything in the game, and there's a surprising array of options for customizing, allowing you to basically recreate any cheerleader uniform you can think of. Alright, this is sounding pretty damn good, possibly even too good to be true. What's wrong with it? There's no way this can be this good. Well, in a word, it's fucking hard! That probably comes the fuck out of nowhere for a lot of you people, but it's true. Wii Cheer is damn hard. Why? Well, in most rhythm games, you get A rank, B rank, C rank, or gold, silver, bronze, something like that. Not Wii Cheer. In Wii Cheer, there is only pass or fail. Nothing in between. And passing a song is the equivalent of getting an A rank in a song. Now I want you to think about the first time you played Guitar Hero. How long did it take you to get an A rank on normal mode? Yeah, unless you already had prior experience with Guitar Freaks, it took you at least a half an hour to get your first A rank. Well, considering that's the only way to clear a song, that means it's going to take you at least a half an hour, more realistically 1 or 2 hours, to clear your first song. A lot of people give up before this, but I can safely assure you if you actually stand up and do the cheers and follow the cheerleaders on screen, you can clear the songs. Because I have actually 100%ed this fucking game. with a few extra tweaks and a little bit of polish, this thing could be fucking spectacular. But even then, I loved it. And I have no reservations about giving it a 4 out of 5. Anyway, this is Gel, and you've been GameBabbled. See ya.